it just seems like once we start being honest with ourselves, we feel like it's our responsibility to start like going around telling people how it is. And yes, that might help some people, but not all the time. Like some people are not ready for the harsh truth, you know? Some people are just not prepared for it. So maybe it's not their time, especially when people ask you for advice. Like it's hard because you're in between a rock and a hard place. Like you want to tell them the brutal truth. Like if they're asking you, like a woman asking you about relationship advice, oh man. When women ask me for advice about relationships, I just want to keep lying to them because I'm like, if I tell you how men really think, you are gonna probably start crying, especially if you're in love with this man that you're asking about. And a side note, a lot of dudes take advantage of women coming to them for advice because we know they're vulnerable and we know for the most part they're gonna listen to us what we say. So that's where dirty macking comes in at. I talked about dirty macking before in another video, but it's pretty much when a dude bashes another man so he looks like the prize. Um, and it's easy to bash men because we be tripping sometimes. But anyways, back to the point. When anybody asks me for advice, like I'll be ready to like just, and I did it for a while. Like I would give people the brutal truth. They ask me, and I'll just like tell them what it is, and it may not be fact. It's all opinionated, but I didn't sugarcoat anything. I don't have any examples because I probably literally forced myself to forget all the crazy stuff I used to tell people because I'm brutally honest with myself. I look for every flaw about me so I can try to fix it. And if I can't fix it, I'll deal with it. But it's like, it's so many people that I feel like they know the truth. They understand what's really going on, but like deep down, they just lie to themselves and act like they're perfect or, it's, I don't, man, it's hard. It is hard. And that's another reason why I don't say too much because if you ask me what I think about a situation, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and that's why I ain't got no friends now. That's why don't nobody ask me for advice anymore because I'm gonna be honest. Because the world is messed up, okay? And I always felt like it was my responsibility to tell people the truth because I felt like I was saving them. Because I had good intentions when I told the truth. I was never trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I was like, okay, you came to me, you know how I am, so I'm about to tell you, woman, that man don't love you. You know, and then dudes usually ask for like advice as far as building confidence. They don't ever ask me for relationship advice or but anytime a dude be like, what can I do to build confidence? I'll be like, sit down and look at all your flaws. What can you change? What can you not change? Like you need to face everything head on if you want to build confidence. Because if you're not dealing with what you need to deal with, it's gonna be false confidence and that will go away immediately. That's gonna be one day you're up, one day you're down type of confidence. So I really want to know, like, I guess that's why I got on camera. I want to know if it's a problem with being too honest. Like, it does seem like nowadays people gravitate towards people that are real honest. Um, but it's a timing thing. Like, nobody wants to hear that all day. And I think that's why certain YouTube channels don't be doing so good because when somebody's like telling you, I learned this is a side note. I learned that people love negativity, but they don't like dealing with their own negativity. And what I mean by that is they'll love to hear about somebody else's issues, but they don't ever want to deal with their issues, which is crazy. So people will watch videos or whatever, any type of content, whether it's YouTube or other platforms where somebody's having horrible relationship problems or financial issues. It's like we be tuned into that, but we won't ever deal with and try to work on our issues. We always try to run away from somebody putting us in the spotlight and being like, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. Like, we run away from that. Because every time I try to make a video that's like literally putting people in the spotlight and being like, you need to do better, they're like, I don't want to hear that. What the hell? Who? I want to hear about other people's problems, not mine. That doesn't make any sense to me. So it's like, nobody really wants to, it just seems like nobody wants to grow. Like nobody wants to really progress. They just want to sit in a negative ball and just be miserable and no type of effort. Cause it's like, I guess they're comfortable with being like not necessarily living a lie, but it's like they lived in a terrible place their whole life. They don't know anything else, you know? Like I think women be knowing when they have bad dudes. I think men be knowing when they have like terrible women, but it's like they're too afraid to like take a chance or like sit down and be like, okay, this woman clearly doesn't like me, or this man is just gonna keep cheating on me, stuff like that, bro. Like, and I be trying to save people. I be trying to help them because I would want people to be honest with me, but I see everybody's not made to like really like deal with stuff head on. Like they gotta have like it's gotta be a perfect time and let them come along and actually think of be ready for their truth. Until then, if people get hit with the truth at the wrong time, they'll start questioning your intentions. They'll be like, why are you telling me this? Or you don't mess with me for real. And why, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like a timing thing, or especially, the tone thing. You're telling me all this. Why are you saying it like that? Why are you raising your voice? I'm not even raising my voice. You're just trying, you don't want to deal with the problem head on. You don't want to hear the honesty, so you're trying to deflect. But that's why I want to be around people that are honest and have good intentions. Because if you say some wild stuff to me and tell me like your videos are garbage, but I know your intentions are good, I'm gonna listen. Like I'm gonna be like, and we never really know people's intentions, but it's like I think after a while you'll see. For example, if somebody's always trying to tell you the truth and it's always negative, it's always like brutally honest. It's like, okay, I'm questioning your intentions on being so honest because you only tell me the negative stuff. So if you like be brutally honest in a good way too, be like, hey, all you got to do is change this and your videos are gonna be great. I'm only using me an example because I don't have any other good examples, but my whole point is good intentions with honesty is always gonna be great. Because once people find out that you have good intentions, I think they'll always be open for constructive criticism coming from you because they're like, okay, this person want me to be good. And then when they know you have good intentions and you're always being honest, it's always going to be a timing thing because every time they meet up with you, they don't want to hear no brutally honest stuff. Like some people will be going through so much that the last thing they want to hear is you criticizing them, even if you have good intentions. So it's just a mixture of stuff. And as I always say, it's so hard to find decent people in this world. So it's like you got to take everything with a grain of salt. You don't know who is really here to see you progress and be better. You don't know who is secretly hoping that you fail. So they'll turn you astray. They'll act like they are trying to criticize you to do better, but in all actuality, they're saying certain stuff so you can backtrack and take 18 steps back. I definitely had that happen to me before. People give me advice on any type of thing, whether it's appearance, what I should be wearing. Like when I was younger, people would tell me to do and look a crazy way where I thought, like, okay, this person really wants me to do great. And it was like backtracking. Man, I'll talk about that in a different video. That was crazy. They had me looking crazy out here. And they enjoyed every moment of it. Every moment. I think we all have like stories of people giving us good advice or trying to be honest with us, and it was like the worst advice ever. It was a lie, and that made you look crazy. I always have examples about relationships because I feel like that's the most common thing, but I'm learning that a lot of people never really had relationships in their life. Um, Friendships and stuff and family, but not really in a relationship. So I can't keep using those examples after a while. But I'm always going to be honest. I can't help it. And this is a perfect video to say this because I want people to know that I have good intentions. You still, you'll never know. You don't have to trust me, but I'm always gonna have good intentions. If you take the time and come to me and ask me for advice, I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. Because one, I don't want you to keep coming to me. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm gonna be real with you, and we should only have one conversation in that subject because I'm gonna say everything I feel about it, so you don't keep coming back. And I feel like if I tell you the truth and be honest with you, every time you come to me, if you do decide to come to me 100 times, I don't know why did I do that with air quotes with that. But if you do decide to come up to me 100 times with the same conversation, I'm gonna keep telling you the same stuff. I'm gonna keep telling you the same thing until it's in your head and you be like, okay, Keith told me this. I'm either gonna listen or I'm not gonna listen and keep asking them. But anyway, that happens to me a lot. That's why I'm saying that and laughing about it. A lot of people ask me the same advice, like they ask for the same advice over the same thing over and over again. I don't get it. And I keep saying the same stuff. Nobody in particular, but that happens a lot. And I'm sure it happens to you too. But I'm gonna keep being honest no matter what. You come to me, I'm gonna be brutally honest, but I learned how to like package it a certain way so you know that I have good intentions. Like, cause you can always be honest with somebody in a negative way and they'll feel it, but and they'll probably never ask you nothing again if you say something crazy. But I know a conversation and talking can go so far. Communication can go so far. And if my a simple conversation can change your outlook on something, I am always ready to like sit down with somebody and have a conversation. Same, it is what it is. And what I dish out, I would love if I can get that in return. Don't hit me up and just hit me with the criticism, but you know, if the time comes and I do ask for advice, which I never do, be honest with me. And I will find out if your intentions are good. Believe me, whether you try to hide it or not. I know. I'm talking to you.